responsibility if you are going to have an animal like this.
A father outraged after a pit bull attacks his 4-year-old girl. He plans legal action as the owners speak out only on 12. It is our top story tonight. Thanks for joining us. I'm Chris Thomas. It could happen to anyone. Your child is playing in the backyard. She runs to the neighbor's fence to speak to a friend and is greeted by the family dog. Only this time, he goes on the attack. Or so says Scott Hudson. Take a look.
It just came out of nowhere and immediately at her face.
Meet 4-year-old Emerson, now sporting bandages after the neighbor's pit bull goes on the attack.
You never want to see your child hurt, but coming and running to you with flaps of skin coming off of her face, blood everywhere, screaming, "The dog bit me." It was hellish.
She'd been playing in the yard near the neighbor's fence.
She never left her yard, and the dog never left its yard, but it came over the fence at her.
Well, we can't really say anything that happened.
We didn't see it.
We weren't outside when it happened.
We caught up with Devin and Robert next door, who call the pit bull a good dog.
We have a cat inside
the house.
who lives with a cat.
And the cat beats up on the dog.
This is not the breed of animal that you use as a house dog. No matter how cuddly and how cute you think it is, what you're dealing with is 150 pounds of raw muscle with jaws on it.
And well, I mean, we're sad for what happened, but he never left the yard. Trust me, this dog is a very good dog.
Yeah.
I've known him for 2 years now myself, and I've never had any issue with him.
Until now, and this issue may be costly.
It may mean that they lose every single thing that they have because they thought their possessions were so important that they put a vicious animal in charge of guarding it.
Now, this attack over the weekend has Scott Hudson preparing for a lawsuit. The owners say their dog has all of his shots and he was in his own yard. They seem to suggest this whole thing is unfortunate.
Now, there's two sides to every story. So, Zumpf reported that, and he blurred out the image of the injuries, which I don't really understand why, because they don't look that serious in order to be blurred out. I'm not saying that they're not serious. I'm just saying that he, or Zumpf, whatever, has in other videos that are pictures, he has pictures of worse injuries that are not blurred out, so I don't really understand why he decided to blur out these pictures. Anyway, here are the comments about the article. Terry right here says the pit bull, I believe he was the owner, because he says that the pit bull was 150 pounds, which is just not accurate. I'm sorry. But Terry says, I've been told the pit bull I had been told was 150 pounds was pregnant at the time and unfortunately decomposing. So was it dead? As it was pulled over a county chain link fence to be removed, the steel fence frame broke. It is my understanding that pit bulls rarely get over 110 to 130 pounds, but it does happen. And I just figured the extra weight of the dog I reported was because she was pregnant. So if your dog isn't that big, I suppose it's probably a purebred, not the mixes we often find disposed in odd places around here. Well, of course, he doesn't know anything about pit bulls, and the fact that they rarely get over 110 to 130 is totally inaccurate. Here's a post by the owner. I can only assume it's the owner. But he says, "This guy's lying. I just want that to be known. Our fence is 4 to 6 feet high in some places. It's not just a foot high. Here are pictures." And then he has links to the pictures. And then another one said, "Leanne is completely right. Dogs don't attack unless provoked. If that dog would have attacked, she would have had a lot more serious injuries, basically." The father is a liar. He says he was watching her, and then he goes and says she ran up to him with flaps of meat hanging from her face. if he would have been watching her, he should have made sure that she wasn't running around the fence or would have gotten hurt in this situation. I think he's calling a lawsuit and the media into this because he's trying to make himself feel better about the lack of judgment that he had that day. And another one, of course, said, no child should be outside alone, no matter if you have them fenced in or not. Anything can happen to a child. Sorry, I have a cough. The owner posted again, my dog only weighs 72 pounds. He's not 150 pounds of muscle, and as far as I know, no pit bull is that big. Get your facts straight, Terry, whoever said that. Secondly, if I really thought my dog was going to hurt her, I would have put him down myself. We have witnesses who were outside in our yard to testify that the father wasn't paying attention at all. In fact, his grandmother, his aunt, and his brother's girlfriend all were trying to get the attention of the father numerous times because of thorns right next to the fence. He never paid attention to his daughter. All he talks about is money and our possessions. If my dog was any other breed, this wouldn't be an issue. He isn't vicious or mean. This is a joke, and I hope the judge sees that if and when we go to court. So that's just the other side of the story. Also, how can a pit bull attack a girl through a fence? You know, I don't understand that. Maybe that describes the absence of serious injuries. So, I don't know. This is just the other side of the story, rather than just pit bull maul's girl. So, that's what I do.